Don't take my word for anything. Just watch and notice. Notice the commercials produced by Western, in other words, American interests. Watch how they promote their products. Notice the pattern. Whenever they have a couple, most often than not, 90% of the time, the male is black and the female is white. You never see an Oriental with a black woman. You never see an Oriental with a white woman. Sometimes you do, some rare instances. You never see a white guy with a black woman. You always see a black guy with a white woman. That tells you who they're attacking, who their nemesis is, who their enemy is. Notice in all the movies now, all the television productions, everybody is gay. Notice, if you see a white guy, he's probably gay. If he's not gay, he's portrayed as some imbecile. Or, like the red shirts in Star Trek, he's gonna die at some point. And if neither of these things is true, then he's most often the enemy, the baddie. Watching everything, you would think you're living in an African empire and not one where only blacks are like 13, 15%, whatever percentage they are right now. So why are they doing this? Equality. Look at the level of the movies and the music. What has become of it ever since they revved up their propaganda machine, because they're in a panic right now. It's in a spiral. They're just remaking everything and gaying it up, or they're race swapping everything. They're updating the propaganda. Notice how they write, or how they speak, what words they use. When Iran attacks, the victims are murdered. When Israel and the United States attacks and there's victims, there's collateral damage. There were deaths, as if people just dropped dead for no reason at all. This is part of their word magic. It's an insidious feminine method of undermining and subverting and destroying you and taking control over you from the inside. Taking control of your thoughts through your psychology without you even realizing it. Because by repeating it, it's ingrained in your psyche, in your subconscious. You don't realize it, but you subconsciously notice it. And if it's repeated, it becomes like you don't know where it's coming from. It's like it's coming out of you, but it's not. Notice what they're doing to history. All of a sudden, Alexander's army had a black guy in it. All of a sudden, Elizabethan times had a prominent black character in it. Everything is race swapped. They want to reinvent history to fill in the gaps, because history disproves their bullshit, disproves their humanitarian, supposedly, objectives, disproves their equality objectives, stands in the way of their social engineering. And their focus is young people, primarily young people of European descent. Because who consumes these sci-fi comic books that they're using to indoctrinate mostly white nerds and Orientals, but mostly white nerds. Look at the latest Star Trek productions. They're pathetic. It's amazing anybody's even watching. Who is watching it? The woke? It's like a joke. It's like a parody of the original. In Starfield Academy, just started recently, only 10%, I would say, are heterosexual. And of those, some are black. If you see a white guy, like I said, he's either gay, he's either retarded, some goofball, or he's destined to be killed or to give his life in protecting the multicultural agenda that they're portraying. You know, a Holocaust can be propagated using different methods. One is the one we know, the physical, the masculine method, direct and obvious. The other is feminine. It's subversive. It's insidious. It's subtle. It's psychological. This is what they're doing because they've always used feminine methods. Ergo, feminization of man. They don't control you overtly, but covertly. Why are they so desperate now to destroy white man? Think about it. They've identified white man as their enemy. Meanwhile, white men are trained not to think that way, to be ashamed of it if their thoughts go that way. They ought to be silenced, punished if they do so. Tribalism is forbidden only for whitey, whereas if blacks or others do it, it's empowering. It's something positive, especially when it's the Jews. When it's the Jews do it, when the Jews are doing it, then it's good. They are the most moral. They're doing it for our good, for mankind's good. When whites think tribally, that's a no-no. Whites should never think tribally because they will massacre and they will kill and destroy, right? And they will exploit. That's what they've ingrained into modern man's Homo Americanus' psyche. And it's all through linguistics. That's why I've started my YouTube page, and I focus on words primarily, redefining how, let's say, free will is defined by these fuckers, or how morality is defined, or how culture is defined, how sex is defined. All these have been corrupted by them intentionally with an objective. Wake up.